Hello everyone, my name is Adam. If you're watching this video, it is a 2025, literally 2 days ago, so Happy New Year. You may be watching this video sometime in 25 or even beyond that. This is my 2016 Tesla Model X P100D. This was the previous fastest SUV in the world. This is the previous Plaid, and I am now selling it. For those of you who have been following my channel for a while, this is the video that I launched in 2019. I bought this car with roughly 20,000 miles. It was a one-owner car. Now this is back in 2019 when Tesla was really hot. That was a $161,000 MSRP car. Okay, real quick guys, I wanted to interject. This is actually the window sticker. I misspoke. It wasn't 161,000, it was 158.2. So pretty damn close. But here's what it costs. The P100D was a $61,500 package. And let me put this down so I'm not shaking because I'm still freezing. But you can see here the standard vehicle price was $74,000, so they charged you $61,500 for the fastest vehicle in the world at the time. The Obsidian black paint was an extra grand. Autopilot was $3,000 back then. Black leather seats were $2,500. Wow, I didn't believe they charged you for leather seats. That's crazy. Carbon fiber decor was a grand. 6-seat was $3,000. The high fidelity sound was $2,500. Mine originally came with the 20 silver Helix wheels, so they actually put on the 22s. They probably bought those aftermarket. The premium upgrades package, that included all that stuff up there, all that leather and extra dash and Alcantara throughout the car. The red brake calipers were of course included, but the high amperage charger, the ability to fast charge back then, they charged you $1,500 for that. Isn't that interesting? And I'll go ahead and show you this too. It just goes to show you how much has changed with Tesla as far as their pricing and how they configure their vehicles. I mean, it's just changed so much. But you can see that smog score was 1010. I saved an average of $5,200 a year on fuel. I will tell you guys, I have saved thousands and thousands of dollars on fuel. At 100,000 miles, divide that over 20 miles a gallon for a car with 760 horsepower like this one has. Let me tell you, there's some cost savings. And real quick, I don't have the mic on, so I hope the audio is good, but real quick, I saved 5,175 gallons of oil over 103,000 miles of driving this thing. Think about that. Or just let's just say total. I put 70,000 miles on it, or 80,000 miles. I put 80,000 and change, okay? Because I bought it with something like 20,000. So I put 80,000 miles. But let's just say over the life of the vehicle, if you averaged 20 miles a gallon, and keep in mind, that's a 760 horsepower car. So there, you know, we're talking like Shelby, Ford, Raptor R's here, TRX's here, right? I mean, we're talking about very high horsepower, big engines, you know, vehicles, BMW M series with big old V8 twin turbos. You're at best getting 20 miles a gallon. So I'm actually being nice, okay? But 20 miles a gallon, over the course of time, I'm going to put it at $3.50 for premium fuel. Now, gas has been $4.50, especially in California. It's been $5-6. It's also been maybe $2.30 under Trump. But let's just average it at $3.50 a gallon, which, by the way, I just went to Costco yesterday for premium gas. It was $3.50. So don't tell me gas isn't $3.50 because this was literally yesterday, okay? So $3.50 over 5,175 gallons is the equivalent of $18,000. Now think about it. $18,000 in fuel costs, plus if you had a gas car, you have air filters, spark plugs, brake lines, brakes, right? Brake pads. You got other consumables of the oil, so you're going to be at least one oil change. I drive a lot, so probably 2 a year. Let's just call that another $500-600 a year in oil. So, you know, add it all up. I mean, over the course of the 8 years of this vehicle, we're probably talking about $20,000 to $25,000 in maintenance that was saved and fuel that was saved. I don't know about you, that's kind of a big deal. And it's been a wonderful car to my family. We have 103,500 miles, and now I'm selling it, and this video is telling you why. So here it is, guys. I promise you, other than some road rash, this is the best looking 103,000 mile car you're gonna find. I recently had this detailed outside of a couple of rock chips and just overall road rash, because again, driving around in Nashville, this car has held up so surprisingly well. The doors still work. Now, you are going to chew through tires. This is the door automatically opening, but the doors still work, the seats work, the infotainment system was upgraded to the AP2. As you can see, everything's held up really well. This is actually Napa leather. It's not the suede crap leather that they provide. This is back when they used real leather. So I gotta say, you're probably curious, why am I selling it? Well, let me turn the camera around. I'm selling the car because it has 103,000 miles and is no longer under Tesla's warranty. Now, if you don't know, Tesla offers a warranty for 8 years or 150,000 miles. We crossed 8 years on this car in September of 2024. Now, in my defense of keeping this car, Tesla, under warranty, replaced the front motor, the air compressing system, the AC system, the entire AC system of the whole car. So it's not like nothing has been done. It also replaced the front control arms a couple of times. Mind you, other than the control arms, everything else was covered under warranty. So there was very little cost to owning this car outside of just whatever my payment and or borrowing cost was at the time. Because here's the thing, there's no annual servicing, there's no oil changes, and there's no brake changes. So even with a 100,000 mile car, the only cost I had was the actual vehicle, because otherwise Tesla warrantied it. Now, with no warranty, that is the question. This vehicle, I bought it for $70-something thousand. I just traded it in as it sits for $21,000, okay? And I had the car for roughly 5 years and put about 70+ thousand miles on the car. So I don't view that as necessarily a wonderful win or a loss. I just view that as a normal cycle of a daily driver, okay? And it is what it is. You're gonna lose money in every daily driver. I don't care if you're driving a truck or you're driving a Camry, you're gonna lose money. You buy the Camry for $38,000, you put 100,000 miles on it, you'd be lucky if it's worth $18-20, okay? You're gonna lose money. But with an electric car, the question becomes, and this is what I was debating with my wife, if we have an issue, there's only really 2 issues that are gonna go on with this car, right? One, I mean big issues. One is the rear drive goes out because the front drive's been replaced, okay? So the rear drive goes out, it's gonna be several $1,000s to replace that, and it's gonna be out of pocket. If the battery for some reason goes out, it's going to be anywhere from $20,000 to replace a brand new P100D battery, right? Again, P100D, the 100 is a 100 kilowatt battery pack. It's a large battery pack, guys. So be mindful that, and I am mindful of that, I don't want to throw maybe no less than 8 or 10,000. So what Tesla does, if you don't know this, Tesla will replace your battery pack, okay, at a reduced cost, basically exactly whatever your kilowatt was. So let's say I'm getting 175 miles out of this car. It was rated for about 100 more than that, mind you, okay? Now, with the 22s, the P100D, the performance, the Ludicrous Plus mode, all that stuff, it does eat the battery, guys, but mostly it's those wheels, those 22s. Don't get the 22s. If you take anything from this video, get the 20s. You're gonna get more range, a more comfortable ride. Yeah, they don't look as good as that. I mean, if you want the exotic car look, get the 22s, of course. But with a car this old, we lost roughly 30% of our range. So if it was rated for, 280, roughly from the factory, going to 0, you're getting 175, 180. And again, if you're going to be flooring it, if you're going to be running the heater, this doesn't have the heat pump. The Generation 2s have the heat pump. This has the old electric heat pump system. Burns a lot more power. My point is that, do you want to roll the dice on having a battery go out on you? And I think this becomes the issue with most electric cars. If you do change the battery in this car, and let's say you spend $20,000 and put a brand new one, other than those 2 electric motors, you got a brand new car with a full range. So it's kind of cool, but I didn't want to spend $10, $12, $15, $20,000. Because like I said, if you don't know this, Tesla will basically give you the exact same amount of kilowatts you were getting before the battery pack went bad, plus 10, maybe 15%. So they're not giving you a brand new battery pack, even though it's charged to you, okay, when it's out of warranty. So I just decided it doesn't make sense, and I sold it to a dealership, and they're going to get a really good car. I mean, I've taken care of this car. It's been garage kept. I told you all the stuff that's been replaced. I tried to sell it to my good friend Dan. I said, Dan, I'll sell you this thing for $20,000. The dealership's going to put it on the market for $25,000, $26,000. They got the $4,000 tax credit under $25,000, right? Which is by the government. So they're going to get a good deal on this thing. You should buy it for $20,000. And he's like, you know, I can't do it till next year, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, whatever, man. I'm going to get $21,000 from a dealer plus tax credit, which nets me out $22,500. I thought that was a fine deal. Now I replaced it, shocker guys, with an ultra red Tesla Model X Plaid. All right, guys, there she goes. Transport, all arranged by the dealer. I usually do enclosed transport. And you want to know why I do enclosed transport? Is because that is why. Because look at the amount of salt that got on this poor car coming from Baltimore, Maryland. Now, it's January and there's a snowstorm that's hitting the Northeast, and so obviously they salted the crap out of the roads. But look at this perfectly, beautifully clean car, which I literally saw a video of it like 3 days ago, is now just a hot mess. So it is what it is. But we're gonna get it cleaned up, and 5,000 mile car, it's brand new, 2023 Plaid, so really excited. I'm gonna do a long format video on this car. I'll give you a little bit more consciousness about it versus that one, the differences like we did it on our last Gen 2 Model X review, but it's fun to review the fastest SUV in the world. This thing has 1,200 horsepower. It is a flipping missile, and this is my favorite color combination. Looks like crap right now, but ultra red with the white with the black stitching on the inside with the carbon fiber. It's a really just kind of cool modern vibe to it. You got the 6-seating configuration with the captain's chairs, obviously because of the Plaid, which only comes with the 6-seating SUV, which by the way is a $6,500 upcharge if you don't get the Plaid version. So here we go. So it's ultra red on white, so I went a little bit different, but I got the same exact car, still the performance version. I got a 2023 with 5,000 miles, so I got a big discount over going with a new one because this was about a $100,000 car. So I got quite a bit off, over $30,000 off actually from buying a new one. So I thought that was a fine deal. They had a really nice one. I'm gonna do a video on that. And so I just wanted to give you a heads up. This car is going. I will say, guys, you know, just to wrap up the video, Tesla made a really good product. Like these doors, they have never failed me. The infotainment system, I upgraded to the MC2. Great upgrade, makes all the graphics modern. You could stream stuff. I still love the Alcantara with the leather. That is such a nice look. You know, all the new ones are just leather. You know, this old style design looks really cool. I still do like the quality of the mixed uses of fabric with leather, but this still looks really good. You know, again, this has all been punched up in the new versions, but this car still looks really cool and really modern. So if you want to take advantage of the $4,000 EV tax credit for vehicles under $25,000, I can't even believe it, but you can get a $160,000 100,000 mile Tesla Model Plaid, or basically the previous Plaid P100D, and everything works. And it looks like this. I mean, it's a good looking car, guys. So it is what it is. I'm not going to regret it. I just didn't want to have the liability of the battery and or the motors being out of warranty. If you have a similar experience where you sold your Model S or your Model 3 for the same reason, let me know. I'm curious. You know, do you think it was a mistake to get the new version? For me, I'm a car guy. I want to drive the cars. I want to have fun. I want to smash it. And I don't want to have to worry about, you know, an issue. I'm going to take it back to Tesla and I'm going to say, hey, I fried my front motor. I fried my rear motor. Change it for me, under warranty, no issues. And they've been great, right? That's exactly what happened with this car. I just didn't want to roll the dice. That was the decision that I made. Hopefully you found this helpful. I am generally curious though, how many people are going to keep these old Teslas outside of warranty? You know, are they going to want to roll the dice? Are they going to drive them into the ground like you might a Camry or like you might a Ford F-150? Are they going to do 200,000, 300,000, 400,000 miles? I don't know. That is the question. And that also begs the question, are these just going to be consumables? As in, you never really build a long-term relationship with the vehicle. It's just a consumable thing. You use it up and then you throw it away. I have no idea. In my opinion, I think you could recycle a lot of this car, the battery pack, but I got a feeling this car is probably going to get another couple of years in its lifespan and then it's done, you know? And maybe I'm wrong, you know? Look at it. The door shuts as I walk away. Everything on this car is automatic with the key. It's so cool if you didn't know that. I'll show it to you real quick. So like I was saying, everything's automatic, and even years later. So you want to open up the trunk? You want to open up the doors? I mean, look at that. It's so cool. I could open up the door remotely. I could shut it. It's just, everything still works. You know what I mean? Like, they really did build a good product. I've absolutely loved this car. It has been my favorite vehicle. My kids love this car. My wife loves this car. My kids were like, don't sell it. And I'm like, well, I sold it to get another one even faster. They're like, okay, that's cool, you know. But they didn't want, they have an emotional attachment to this car. It's, you know, when you do 70,000 miles in a vehicle and you never burned any fuel and you never had to maintenance it, it's been just a really good car. I don't regret the buy, and that's why I bought another one, you know. It is what it is. Well, I really appreciate you watching. I just, you know, when I did my first week with this car, it got 180,000 views. And then when I did my 50,000 mile later recap, that one get over 50,000 views. So I felt like it was appropriate to do a video saying the car is leaving, I sold it. And here's why, okay? Hopefully this helped you. If it did, give me a like, give me a comment. I usually do car reviews on this channel. We've done everything from the 992 GT3 RS all the way down to Shelby's. I mean, everything in between. I love doing car content and car reviews. This obviously isn't really a car review, but I am gonna put a link right here to my 50,000 mile later recap, and then right after that, I'll put another link to the original first week with this car in 2019, so you can get the vibe of what it was like years and years ago. I will say, back in the day, now Teslas aren't really cool anymore. I mean, they are, but they're not. I mean, Elon Musk, too much X posts, right? You know, half the country hates the guy now because of his political affinity. You know, it is what it is. But he made a great product. I think I can attest to doing 103,000 miles on this car and really not having many issues. I bought another one, if that's not a testament. So now I actually have two Model X Gen 2s. The one we bought last year, also ultra red, and the new one. They're consumables, it is what it is, but I just love driving them. I love the performance, the torque, the speed, the quietness, the sound system, the self-driving. This car is one of the best cars ever for self-driving. It has autopilot with lane change, which is all you need. It doesn't monitor you like the new ones do. It doesn't monitor your eyes so you can look at your phone and all that if you choose to. It's great. I'm gonna miss that, trust me. But the new one, obviously being the Plaid, is even faster. We'll have some fun with it. Definitely has a little bit of a better interior, a little bit better build quality. This thing does rattle a little bit. It's a little hand-built in nature, but overall, I've really loved it. It's been a great car. So if you're looking to buy something like this, it's out of warranty. You roll the dice on the battery, you roll the dice on the motors, you roll the dice, obviously, on anything else going wrong with the car, if the screen dumps or whatever, but at the end of the day, I considered keeping it, trust me, a lot. And I ultimately made a decision when I got the right offer on the car to sell it and get another one. And it was a combination of getting a good deal on a new one because, man, like buying EVs right now, it's a buyer's market, guys. There's so many good deals on EVs. I mean, you can get Model Y performances for in the 20s and 30s. You can get Model 3s for nothing. You can get a Plaid Model S right now for 60 grand with like no miles. It's nuts. They were $130,000 a year and a half ago. It's like, I don't know, it's just like with interest rates being high and people hating on EVs right now, nobody wants them. Seems like an opportunity to me. So again, hope you learned something. That's it for me. I really appreciate you guys. My name is Adam, and have a phenomenal 2025. This probably will be my first video of 2025, and that's it for me. I'll talk to you guys later.